Grasp this paradox. The pyramids we see on postcards might be mere decorations for a labyrinth so deep below the Giza Plateau that it could rewrite everything we know about human development. That's how staggering these new claims are. So buckle up. Let's call this Chapter 1 the Giza Deception, Beyond the Stones. We gaze upon these epic monuments every day, confident we understand them. Yet, behind those limestone faces, a hidden tapestry may be woven. Conventional Egyptology teaches us that pyramids are simply grand tombs for pharaohs. But what if the real story lurks unseen, spanning far beneath our feet? Enter synthetic aperture radar, SAR, tomography, a cutting-edge method of peering underground. Various sources assert that these scans reveal something impossible beneath Giza. Elaborate chambers, weird geometric corridors, and a framework that doesn't line up with pharaonic burial practices at all. According to this radical interpretation, the plateau hides a multi-layer maze, so extensive it might dwarf what stands above ground. Skeptics say it's fantasy or a hoax, but the alleged scans have triggered fiery debates, igniting speculation about advanced technology overshadowing the official narrative. If just a fraction of these revelations hold true, it's time to rethink the entire timeline of ancient civilization. Let's set aside the idea that the pyramids were built solely as final resting places. Instead, imagine them as mere icebergs on a vast ocean of hidden architecture below, possibly stretching for miles. Question remains, are mainstream scholars protecting outdated theories, or have they genuinely missed what's buried? Prepare yourselves, because the deeper we go, the more illusions crumble. What if everything taught in school stands on omission and convenient myths? Chapter 2 brings us face to face with what some researchers call the underworld of Khafra, a labyrinth so large it could house entire cathedrals. The alleged SAR data zeroes in beneath the Khafra pyramid, suggesting a domain stretching for kilometers. This is not the typical gallery of dusty tomb passages we might expect. Instead, we hear of cubic chambers, some apparently expanding to 80 meters across, and corridors that spiral upon themselves like the architecture of a futuristic fortress. Spiral ramps may twist downward, connecting multiple tiers. The air could be thick with the echoes of past mystery. Esteemed geologists and independent scholars have debated whether such massive cavities could form naturally, or if they must have been chiseled by some advanced process. Could this have been a sophisticated storage vault, an underground city, or possibly a facility for generating energies we can barely imagine? As we weigh these possibilities, we notice the conventional records remain mute. Mainstream texts often skip right past these rumored volumes of empty space. Official tours never mention them. We're told the pyramid's official burial chambers are modest, explaining that no lavish treasure trove was ever discovered. But these radical SAR interpretations imply the ground beneath is teeming with uncharted structures. Some claim even the iconic Sphinx might stand guard over an entire subterranean network. If that's not truly revolutionary, what is? So why the silence? Is it academic prudence? Or are we seeing a desire to protect established narratives? Try to picture these winding passageways overshadowing every known interior. If true, it changes the pyramid from a mere symbol into a gateway to an entire archaic realm of engineering brilliance. In Chapter 3, we plunge into the depths of the strangest claim yet. Enormous shafts that pierce the bedrock beneath Giza, some rumored to extend 2,000 feet down. While official excavations scarcely mention cavities exceeding a few dozen meters, maverick theorists argue these are vertical transit routes, or conduits of power. Sounds like science fiction, yet some believe these shafts were integral to the complex's purpose. Could they have served as ventilation structures for miles of subterranean passageways? Or maybe they functioned as part of a high-energy mechanism, drawing geothermal heat or tapping forces we barely comprehend. Geologists typically find vertical fissures, but rarely to this magnitude, let alone symmetrical ones that some claims depict. We hear accounts of massive internal diameters that would fit entire elevator systems. Intriguing as it is, verifying these stories is a challenge given the restricted access around the pyramids. What if ancient engineers harnessed Earth's natural energies, feeding them into a network across the plateau, with these shafts acting like cosmic antennas. Some go further. They see synergy between the shafts, the embedded water table, and the pyramid's geometry. The entire site might have been designed to resonate with the planet's frequencies, generating electromagnetic phenomena still beyond modern science. Usually, such ideas are dismissed as fringe conspiracy talk. But the consistent mention of these deep shafts from various independent sources keeps the speculation alive. Doubt creeps in. Are we letting imagination overshadow harsh reality? Or is mainstream scholarship brushing aside something that defies our neat historical timeline? These claims raise questions about lost blueprints or a once thriving culture that sank into obscurity, leaving behind only cryptic clues beneath the desert sands. Chapter 4 beckons us to explore the idea that Giza functioned as part of an ancient power grid, a possibility that strains every conventional assumption. Those who posit this theory see the pyramids as resonators tapping into Earth's vibrational energies. Combined with the rumored subterranean network, they argue that the plateau was more akin to a colossal machine than a necropolis. Evidence for such an audacious claim. Some point to precise alignment with cardinal directions, the unique acoustic qualities within the Grand Gallery of the Great Pyramid, and the calculated stone structures that could facilitate electromagnetic phenomena. If the rumored sub-level passages truly connect the three main pyramids, we might be looking at an integrated system designed to harness frequencies. Critics balk at these interpretations, indicating that while the Egyptians were skilled, we can't presume they had advanced physics knowledge. Yet the scale, geometry, and rumored labyrinths suggest something beyond everyday funerary architecture. We hear hints of crystalline components embedded within the pyramid's structure, or floor cavities once filled with chemicals that reacted to generate a form of electricity. These speculations remain unproven, yet they persist. Why? Because the official story can't explain the apex of engineering exhibited by these monuments. The notion of a prehistoric civilization, armed with sophisticated technology, grows more plausible when the underground labyrinth is added to the puzzle. From the vantage of mainstream archaeology, this is borderline heresy. Still, persistent anomalies spark alternative views. Is Giza a silent testament to a once thriving knowledge base, hidden from modern eyes by dust and time? Could we be seeing remnants of technology so advanced that it mimics magic? Hard evidence is scarce, but the intrigue only intensifies. Chapter 5 draws us toward an even older riddle. If these subterranean marvels predate the pharaohs, who created them? This question triggers echoes of Atlantis or other vanished cultures rumored to have thrived before recorded history. Perhaps a long-lost society rose, soared, and fell, leaving cryptic foundations behind. Is that possible? Proponents of a pre-pharaonic golden age argue that cultural memory regarding Giza's deeper structure was erased or deliberately hidden. If the apex of these lost innovators shaped the plateau's foundation, the pharaohs might simply have built upon an incomprehensible legacy. Such theories place the pyramids on top of older labyrinths. Some even posit that the legendary Hall of Records, that ephemeral library said to detail humanity's ancient past, lies entombed beneath those monolithic blocks. Academic consensus dates the pyramids to about 2500 BCE, crediting their construction to kings like Khufu, Khafre, and Menkaure. Yet evidence of sophisticated stoneworking, megalithic blocks fitted with laser-like precision, and the advanced surveying behind the plateau's layout suggests a deeper skill set than the official timeline easily explains. Could Atlanteans or some other pre-dynastic group have left their imprint in the bedrock? We face an unsettling possibility that modern society is rediscovering old truths once known by a culture that soared, then disappeared. Could the secret knowledge revolve around harnessing Earth energies, mastering resonant frequencies, or aligning with cosmic cycles? Skeptics demand tangible proof. But if official exploration of Giza's underground is stifled, whether by bureaucratic caution or covert agendas, conclusive evidence remains elusive. And so, the rumors continue, fueling speculation that the real story is far stranger than we dared to imagine. Chapter 6 confronts the controversy, official denials. Esteemed archaeologists, including Dr. Zahi Hawass, dismiss these extraordinary SAR-based claims as speculation. They insist no credible evidence supports multi-level underground complexes, colossal shafts, or chambers. According to mainstream Egyptology, if these features existed at the alleged scale, they would have been documented long ago. Is that genuine scientific caution, or a desire to protect a fragile historical framework? Certainly, scholars request verifiable data. Publications, scans, and corroborations from experts remain vital. Yet controversies thrive precisely where secrets remain locked behind restricted zones. Access to the deeper layers of Giza is limited, hampering independent validation. Meanwhile, scans supposedly indicate anomalies that remain off-limits. If officials remain tight-lipped, the rumor mill spins unchecked, feeding allegations of conspiracy. Skeptics maintain that advanced imaging can be misread. They argue that illusions of symmetrical caverns might be natural fissures or data processing artifacts. Hawass and others contend that known cavities do exist, but they're small or unremarkable, nothing close to the sensational claims. From a purely academic standpoint, extraordinary assertions demand extraordinary proof. Without that, talk of a suppressed subterranean metropolis resembles fantasy. However, defenders of the hidden complex narrative see a pattern of denial echoing older archaeological cover-ups throughout history. They bring up stories of hidden passages sealed off for public safety and question whether certain finds are withheld from the public domain. Could the guardians of history fear confusion if an advanced civilization's imprint is suddenly confirmed? This clash between official statements and outlandish possibilities drives the debate into fiery territory. Hall of records, lost energy systems, and thousand-foot shafts, ideas that enthrall and terrify in equal measure. Is Giza's bedrock an open secret, or just an overblown myth? Chapter 7 compels us to face a transformative question. What if these shocking reports contain at least a kernel of truth? Even partial validation would force us to reconsider not just Egyptian history, but our entire view of human potential. The alleged dimensions, sprawling chambers, 2,000-foot shafts, and connectors hint at a place designed for something far beyond funeral rites. Could Giza be the hub of a knowledge base, a power center bridging the terrestrial and the cosmic? Those who have glimpsed SAR images describe symmetrical patterns that defy geological processes. Others reference data supposedly showing correlations with underground water flows extending beneath the entire plateau. If verified, such complexities might rewrite textbooks. The conventional timeline, from mastaba tombs to pyramids, pales against the possibility of a superstructure coexisting with or predating known Egyptian culture. That prospect terrifies scholars used to incremental changes. Yet there are whispers that more evidence may leak from private archives or whistleblowers determined to break the secrecy. In the age of digital accessibility, can hidden data stay locked away forever? If the official stance remains denial while alternative researchers push forward, curiosity will escalate to pitch. The real question isn't whether the truth emerges, but when, and if it does, how radically might it reshape our identity as a species? Here's the final dare. Consider the possibility that we stand on the brink of a discovery that challenges everything. Will you settle for the official line, or dare to imagine an older, more advanced heritage waiting to be unearthed? Join the conversation. Share your theories, doubts, and insights. Because Giza, with its labyrinth, might just be our invitation to dream bigger. Like, subscribe, and explore more.